Number 30, our last 4 qualification matches. On the Blue Alliance, we have team 26551 KISS and team 19927 Dukes Robotics. On the Red Alliance, we have team 10100 Fear the Gear. 2 samples already in that high basket, grabbing a third one. Looks like the robot's going to try for a fourth. Unfortunately, did bump it earlier. Are they able to pick it? Are they able to pick it up? And they do so successfully. Duke's getting 1 sample into their high basket.
Drivers,
as
pick up your
Teleop
controllers.
begins.
3, 2, 1.
Teleop has begun. Drivers are now in control of their robots for the remainder of the match. Phoenix Force pushing the specimen back into the observation zone so the human player can reset it, giving them sample after sample. Their partners on the Red Alliance Fear the Gear putting another sample into that high basket. Blue Alliance side, Dukes Robotics has a sample in hand, going for that high basket. They do so successfully. KISS Robotics for the Blue Alliance going to their submersible, going to try and grab that blue sample if they can. 1.5 minutes remaining. Teams must use Alliance-specific samples in order to create specimens. For the Red Alliance, 4 specimens currently in waiting to make that 5 from the human player. Dukes Robotics going for another sample into their high basket. Fear the Gear having multiple samples in their high basket as well. Over a minute remaining in the match. Score is very close, going back and forth between these 2 teams. 1 specimen onto that red high chamber from the Red Alliance. Blue Alliance currently having 4 specimens on that high chamber. Going for a 5th one is KISS, and they do so successfully. Phoenix Force going with their 2nd specimen. Their teammate Fear the Gear continuing to cycle back and forth from the submersible to that high basket. Dukes Robotics for the Blue Alliance doing the same thing. Pretty evenly matched robots here on the field. 1 robot running those specimens, 1 robot running those baskets. 30 seconds remaining. These ascension points during the endgame time period may be crucial in determining the victor from this match. Phoenix Force adding another specimen to their high chamber. Coming over to grab last one from their human player. Fear the Gear getting a sample into their high basket. That high basket for both alliances looking very, very full during this time. Fear the Gear up for the Red Alliance onto that high run. Phoenix Force looking like they're going to try. Blue Alliance side, 1 robot up, 1 robot in observation. We'll have to see the results from this match. All right, let's meet the teams for qualification match number 31 here on field number 1. Last 3 matches of qualifications. On the Blue Alliance, we have team 24297, the Ghost Tigers, and with them, team 12966, Seagull Robotics. On the Red Alliance, we have team 6984, Stempocalypse Awakened, and team 6985, Droid Rage Rewired. Scores from the last match are in, and it is a Red Alliance win, 188 to 185. This does put Fear the Gear into first place and their teammates Phoenix Force into second. Very close game there. Foul points making a huge difference in the winner. Thumbs up all around for this next qualification match on field. Match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. All 4 robots moving in this autonomous period. Droid Rage Rewired going for a specimen, unfortunately does fall off. Their teammates, Stempunk Awakened, just moving over to the Ascension Zone. Robotics and the Blue Alliance grabbing a sample, headed over, shoving them into the samples, or into the net zone for the points. Looks like their arms stuck up in the air. 1.5 minutes remaining in the match. Ghost Tigers lining up with a specimen for that high chamber. 2 for the blue now. 1 currently on the high chamber from the Red Alliance. Seagull Robotics grabbing another sample from that submersible and putting it over into the net zone. Samples scored in the net zone are worth some points. Just over a minute remaining in the match. Ghost Tigers human player trying to get that specimen on the field. One currently in Ghost Tiger's hand. Red Alliance Apocalypse Awakened, adding a second specimen to that high chamber. Both teams one number apart, founded the same year. Blue Alliance Seagull Robotics grabbing a sample, bringing it over to the human player to try and turn it into another specimen. Apocalypse getting another red specimen up on that high chamber. Blue Alliance getting one as well. 4 blue, 3 red. Very close scores here. These last 30 seconds determining the endgame may determine the winner of this match. Ghost Tigers lining up for another specimen onto that high chamber, getting so, making that 5 to the red 3. Both Red Alliance members looking like they're going to try and go up on the low level. Apocalypse up in the air. Droid Ridge up in the air. Seagull trying to get themselves on there. 7 seconds remaining. Their teammate parked and touching. 3, 2, 1. All right, before we introduce the last 2 matches and the results of this last match, I do want to let you guys know Alliance selection will begin 15 minutes following the last qualification match. Again, following the last qualification match, Alliance selections will begin 15 minutes after that. Scores are in for that last qualification match. It is a Red Alliance win, 96 to 87. The Red Alliance walks away with the win and 2 ranking points. Major part of that win coming from foul points. All right, let's meet the teams in our second to last match on field 2 here. On the Blue Alliance, we have team 18571, the Robo Wolves. And with them, team 16252, Rutro Robotics. On the Red Alliance, we have team 15382, I'm Not a Robot. And team 24511, Tiger Octobots. All right, thumbs up all around means qualification match number 32 begins in 3, 2, 1, go. 3 robots moving on the field. Rutro for the Blue Alliance, heading over, grabbing a sample, shoving it to their human player, picking it up, going to try and turn that one into a specimen if they can. Red Alliance, 1 sample up in that high basket from I'm Not a Robot. Rutro grabbing a specimen, heading over to that high chamber, successfully scoring that one. 7 seconds still remaining in this autonomous period. Going to see if they can grab a second specimen, and they do so.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And that begins teleop. Drivers now in control of their robots for the remainder of the match. 1 red specimen going onto that high chamber from the Octobots. Blue Alliance side, Robo Wolves adding a sample to their high basket. Blue Alliance, Retro Robotics trying to line up with their specimen if they can, grabbing it off the side of the field, headed over to their high chamber. Octobots doing the same thing for the Red Alliance. 2 specimens on both Alliances' high chamber. Multiple samples coming in, 1 from I'm Not a Robot, 1 from Robo Wolves. Very close scoring in this match. Teams have just under a minute and a half to continue scoring at this time. Human player trying to get a specimen in for the Red Alliance, doing so successfully. I'm Not a Robot, sample in hand, lining up with the high basket, getting that one in there. 4 specimens on the high chamber from the Blue Alliance. A minute remaining in the match. RoboWolves trying to pick up a sample from the floor if they can. A red specimen added to that high chamber from Octobots. I'm Not a Robot, sample in hand, lining up with the high basket, getting one in there, just as RoboWolves does the same for the Blue Alliance. Rutro lining up with their Blue Alliance for their basket, getting another sample in that high one as well. 40 seconds remaining in the match. RoboWolves lining up with their high basket, trying to get a sample in, unfortunately just falling outside of the field. 30 seconds remaining in the match. I'm Not a Robot adding a sample to their high basket. Octobots grabbing a specimen headed over to their high chamber. Another sample into the high basket from RoboWolves as 15 seconds remain in the match. RoboWolves lining themselves up with the low rung, going to try and get themselves up in the air if they can, and they do so. Their teammates, Rutro, going to try and get one more specimen on with 4 seconds remaining. They do so successfully. 2, 1. All right, results are in from qualification match number 32. It is a 131 to 101. All right, let's meet the teams over here for qualification match number 33, our last qualification match for the day. Just a reminder that Alliance selections will begin 15 minutes following this match. All right. On the Blue Alliance, we have team 21737, Green Eggs and Program, and team 16746, Atlanteans. On the Red Alliance, we have team 26552, Shipwrecked, and team 22526, Fondy Fire Tech. Thumbs up all around means we are ready to go. Match begins in 1, go. Autonomous has begun. Fondy fires robot, spinning in a circle before dropping its specimen, unfortunately. On the Blue Alliance side, Green Eggs and Program moving over to their observation zone for those parking points. 15 seconds remaining in the autonomous period, but all robots have stopped. Player to turn them into some specimens. A specimen joining the field from the blue human player. Green Eggs and Program going to line up and try to get it on there. Unfortunately, Fondy Fire looks like they're going to try and get a specimen on, but it looks like the claw has fallen down, unfortunately dragging the specimen around the floor. A blue sample in hand. A blue sample in hand from the Atlanteans, placed into the low basket. Just under a minute remaining in this match. Atlanteans, sample in hand, going for the low basket, gets it on there successfully. Green Eggs and Program adding a 5th specimen to their high chamber. Just over 30 seconds remaining in the match. Fondy Fire trying to play some careful defense. Lots of samples in the high basket from Shipwrecked over for the Red Alliance. 30 seconds remaining in the match. Red Alliance Shipwreck up onto the low rung. Fondy Fire heading over deciding to head into their observation zone. Blue Alliance, Green Eggs, and Program adding one more specimen to their high chamber. Just over 10 seconds remaining. Atlanteans adding one more sample to their low basket and now headed over to the low rung, picking themselves up. Green Eggs and Program parking themselves in the observation zone. All teams have stopped moving as time runs out. All right, results from our last qualification match are here. It is a Blue Alliance win, 134 to 58. This has finished the qualification matches for the day. That means we will begin Alliance selections at 3:05. Teams, please make sure you send one representative down to Alliance selections at 3 o'clock. We will line up on the far side, the blue side of field 1. Thank you. Attention teams, if you have not yet set your student representative to the my right, your left side of the basketball court, please do so now so we can begin alliance selections at 3:05. Thank you. Attention, I need a student representative from Raiders of the Lost Bot to come down, please, for alliance selection. I need a student representative from that team, please. All right. What a great day so far of qualification matches. But now it's time to move on to the playoff portion of our competition. With 22 teams competing today, we will need to form 6 alliances to compete to become the Into the Deep provided by RTX winners here at the Lakeshore Qualifier. Here is how we select alliances. First, we will announce the top 6 ranked teams. The first selection will begin with the highest ranked team based on performance in the qualification matches. After the number 1 ranked team makes their selection, the next highest ranked and unpicked team will then make their selection. We continue this process until we have all 6 complete alliances. Each alliance will be made up of 2 teams. The student representative from the highest ranked team will be considered the alliance captain. After an alliance captain extends an invitation to join their alliance, one representative from the invited team will come up and either accept or decline the invitation. If a team declines an invitation to become an alliance partner, that team may not be invited to join another alliance. However, they do not lose their ability to become an alliance captain. For example, if the number 1 ranked team picks this number 6 ranked team and number 6 declines, the team number 6 does not lose their ability to extend an invitation to another team. However, they cannot be invited to join another alliance, and the number 1 ranked team will have to pick a different team. If the 6th ranked team accepts the invitation, the 7th highest ranked team will move into the 6th position. Throughout the day, teams have been scouting each other to evaluate strengths, weaknesses, and possible collaborative strengths in the playoff rounds. This is where we see scouting come into play as teams decide who to partner with. Each alliance captain is looking to make the strongest possible alliance to play out the rest of the event. Once we have 6 complete alliances, we will begin the playoff matches, which will play in a double elimination bracket. In a double elimination tournament, all alliances will start off in the upper bracket, where they will play 1 match against another alliance. The losing team will drop to the lower bracket and face a new alliance in the next round. After they have lost a second time, they will be eliminated from the tournament. Remember, both members of the winning alliance receive invitations to the Wisconsin Championship. There's a lot on the line here, so let's meet our teams. Alliance representative, please come up when you hear your team name and number called. Please welcome to the floor our number 6 team, Team 22526 Fondy Fire Tech. Congratulations. Next up, let's meet our number 5 ranked team, Team 12966 Siegel Robotics. Congratulations. Now, please welcome the number 4 seed team, Team 26551 KISS. Congratulations. Please welcome. Yeah, okay, sorry. All right, please welcome our number 3 seed team, Team 27150 Ram Robotics. Yep, congratulations. Please welcome our number 2 seed team, Team 10100 Phoenix Force. Congratulations. And finally, our number 1 seed for the day, congratulations to Team 21578 Fear the Gear. Congratulations. All right, are you ready to make your first selection? Sorry. There it goes.
Team 21578 would like to invite Team 26551.
Team 26551 is KISS.
Team 26551 KISS graciously accepts.
All right. That right there is your first ranked alliance, your number 1 alliance. Are you ready for your selection?
Team 10100 Phoenix Force would like to graciously invite Team 12966 Siegel Robotics.
Team 12966 Siegel Robotics graciously accepts.
And there you have your 2 ranked alliance. Now, we're going to have to do some moving here as we've had 2 teams already get pulled up. All right. So, Fondy Fire, if you will please move all the way over into 4th ranked position. And then we need to call up our next couple teams. All right, hold on here. They don't put this in a good order for me. All right. All right, then I need to call in our 7th ranked team, Team 19927, Dukes Robotics. Congratulations. And following them will be Team 23802, Random Engineers. Congratulations. All right. Are you ready to make your selection?
Yes. Team 27150 would like to invite Team 22526.
All right, 22526, that is Fondy Fire.
Thank you, but Fondi Fire Tech would like to affirm our own alliance.
All right. That does not mean that Fondy Fire cannot choose their, like they said, will choose their own alliance, so you guys will have to make a new selection.
We would like to then choose 23802.
23802, Random Engineers.
23802, Random Engineers graciously accepts.
You can head on over and join them. All right, that does mean I need to pull up our next alliance captain, which is Team 18571, the Robo Wolves. Congratulations. All right, Fondy, I'm assuming you know who you want then.
Team 22526, Fondi Fire Tech, requests the assistance of Team, 19927, Dukes Robotics.
Team 19927 graciously accepts.
All right. That means you can go ahead and move up an alliance there. All right, Robo Wolves, do you guys know who you want to pick?
18571 would like to invite 16252.
All right, 16252 is Rotro Robotics.
Team 16252 Robotics graciously accepts.
All right, that means we need to bring one more team to be an alliance captain down, and that is Team 21738 Crash and Burn. Congratulations. Do you guys know who you want?
Just a second.
Here, this might.
Team 21738 would like to extend an invitation to Team 15382.
That's I'm Not a Robot.
Team 15382 would graciously accept.
All right, guys, this here shows your 6 alliances for the playoff matches. We are going to give them 20 minutes to talk some strategy, and we will restart at 3:35. Congratulations, guys. If you're the, I need a representative from the captain of each alliance to meet with Eric or the head refs, please. And a representative from preferably the drive team to meet with the head ref from the captain alliance. Thank you. All right. Check, check. All right. As we get ready to play our first playoff matches, we want to celebrate our team's impressive achievements with some well-deserved awards. As you've experienced, FIRST is more than an organization. FIRST is a movement, a community of global citizens made up of our amazing participants, volunteers, and supporters. As we wrap up the outstanding day we've had, let's thank some of the people who made this event happen. Today could not have been possible without our volunteers. We have some amazing volunteers at this event, so let's take a moment to celebrate them. Please give a round of applause to all of our referees, field managers, field resetters, cuers, technical volunteers, and inspectors. Thank you for your expertise, dedication, and hard work today. We'd like to also give a big round of applause to our generous sponsors. Starting with our 2024-2025 First Dive Season sponsor, Qualcomm, our 2024-2025 First Tech Challenge Into the Deep sponsor, RTX, and some of our local sponsors, including Jegeman Stamping, Volrath, the West Foundation, and the Lakeshore Community Foundation. Thank you for your generous support. And now it's time to start our first playoff match. As a reminder, we have 6 alliances playing in our double elimination bracket today. First up in round 1, we have Alliance 4 versus Alliance 5, so let's meet the teams. All right, starting with the Blue Alliance, our Alliance number 5, we have Team 18571, the Robo Wolves, and Team 16252, Rutro Robotics. Moving over to the Red Alliance, Alliance number 4, we have Team 22526, Fondi Fire Tech, and Team 7, Dukes Robotics. All right, I have thumbs up all around. That means playoff match number 1 begins in 3, 2, 1, go. All 4 robots moving during this first playoff match. Fondi Fire for the Red Alliance getting a specimen onto that high chamber. Blue Alliance, Red Alliance, Dukes Robotics going for the high basket. Unfortunately, it does miss and the sample falls into the low basket instead. Blue Alliance side looks like Rutro running into some issues with their programming. Autonomous not quite getting their specimens, unfortunately for Fondi Fire. While going for a specimen, the hook does catch on
Drivers,
the
pick
high
up your
chamber,
controllers.
falling off.
3, 2, 1.
Hopefully this means for Fondi Fire, they will be able to continue to get scoring with those samples. Their teammate Dukes Robotics going to try and pick up as much as they can to continue scoring against this blue-ranked alliance. Robo Wolves adding a second sample to their high basket. Rutro Robotics trying to line up with a sample. Red Alliance grabbing another sample. Fondi Fire headed over to the basket, getting a sample into that high basket. Just under a minute and a half remaining in this match. Robo Wolves going for another sample in that high basket, doing so successfully. Rutro Robotics getting the sample that was stuck underneath their robot out, meaning they can now pick up a specimen from their human player and try to get it onto that high chamber. Fondi Fire going for another sample in that high basket, doing so successful. Rutro for the Blue Alliance getting that specimen onto that high chamber. Just under a minute remaining in the match. Rutro headed for another specimen, getting that one successfully as well. Robo Wolves going for a sample in that high basket, getting it in there. 45 seconds remain. The Red Alliance doing a very good job going back and forth between the center of the field and their baskets, trying to stay out of each other's way to score as many samples into those baskets as they can as we hit the 30-second mark. Rutro grabbing another specimen from their human player. Their teammates, Robo Wolves, going for another sample in that high basket. Unfortunately, just missing, falling into the net section. Still worth points, though, when in the net. Rutro lining up, getting another specimen on that high chamber. 15 seconds remaining. Robo Wolves up onto that first rung. Rutro choosing to park, just touching that low rung. 6 seconds remaining. Red Alliance neither parked quite yet as that Fondi lines up with the Ascension Zone, and time runs out. All right, results from playoff match number 1 are here. And it is a Blue Alliance win, 100-97, 3 points making the difference there. You can see those 3 points, 1 in the Teleapp ascent during endgame and 2 points for scoring points during Teleapp. This means that our Alliance number 5 will advance to match 3 on the upper bracket, while the Red Alliance, Alliance number 4, will advance to match 6 in the lower bracket. All right, time for playoff match number 2. Let's meet our Alliance members. On the Blue Alliance, we have Alliance number 6. We have Team 21738, Crash and Burn. And Team 15382, I'm Not a Robot. On the Red Alliance, Alliance number 3, we have Team 27150, Ram Robotics. And Team 23802, Random Engineers. Thumbs up all around, which means this match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. All 4 robots moving in this autonomous period. A sample scored for the Red Alliance and a sample scored for the Blue Alliance, both in the high basket. I'm Not a Robot headed over to their observation zone to park. 10 seconds still remaining in this autonomous period.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
That begins Teleapp. Drivers now in. Unfortunately for Random Engineers on the Red Alliance side, their last attempt at a sample does fall outside of the field. 70 seconds still remaining in this match. Teams have a very close score. I'm Not a Robot getting another sample, headed towards their baskets. Their teammates Crash and Burn patiently waiting their turn to go next. Unfortunately, I'm Not a Robot's attempt at a sample does fall out of their field. Crash and Burn right there behind them, going for that high basket as well, does successfully get that one in there. Ram Robotics lining up with a specimen, grabbing it and handing one robot in the air. One robot in the air. And results from playoff match number 2 are here. It is a Blue Alliance win. 68-61, very close score. That means that the Blue Alliance will advance to match number 4, and the Red Alliance will advance to match number 5. All right. Let's meet the teams in playoff match number 3. We've already seen one of these alliances today. We've seen this Blue Alliance, Team 18571, the Robo Wolves, and Team 16252, Rutro Robotics. They will be facing the Red Alliance, Alliance number 1 of the day, Team 21578, Fear the Gear, and Team 26551, KISS. The winner of this match will move on to match number 7. The loser will move to All right, we've got the thumbs up. Around our right, playoff match number 3 begins in 3, 2, 1, go. That begins the autonomous period for playoff match number 3. All 4 robots having moved. On the Red Alliance side, Fear the Gear getting 1 sample into their high basket. Going to try and grab a second one. They do so successfully. Kiss on the Red Alliance getting 1 specimen onto that high chamber. A second one in waiting for the moment teleop begins. Rutro Robotics trying to get some specimens. Unfortunately, their attempt to grab it does just miss.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Teleop has begun. Red Alliance walking in with a slight lead over that Blue Alliance. Robo Wolves getting a sample into that basket. Fear the Gear for the Red Alliance, our captain, and going back and forth with those samples to that high basket. Kiss for the Red Alliance, grabbing the red samples from the submersible, giving them to the human player to try to turn them into Rutro Robotics for the Blue Alliance, adding a second specimen to that high chamber. Their teammate Robo Wolves adding another sample to that high basket. Fear the Gear for the Red Alliance, scoring lots and lots of samples in that high basket. So far, it looks like 8 have already been scored in there. Unfortunately, the last one does fall out. Not quite far enough back in that basket. Rutro Robotics and the Blue Alliance trying to keep up with the Red Alliance's specimen creation, adding a 4th one to that high chamber. Kiss for the Red Alliance going to add a 3rd, just missing forward and back. Hopefully they can get that lined up, and they do so successfully. Their teammates Fear the Gear adding another sample to that high basket. Rutro Robotics, another specimen in hand, going for that high chamber, getting that on there successfully. Their teammate Robo Wolves trying to get as many samples into that high basket as they can. 30 seconds remaining in the match. Kiss adding another specimen to that high chamber. One more sitting there waiting for from the human player, and they successfully pack that one up as well. 15 seconds remaining in the match. Blue Alliance team members lining up with the rung. Red Alliance doing the same. Fear the Gear up in the air. Kiss up and trying to get up as well. And they do so successfully. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, results from playoff match number 3 are in. It is a Red Alliance win, 238-88. That is our event high score for the day. This means the Red Alliance will advance to playoff match number 7. The Blue Alliance will drop to the lower bracket and play in match 5. All right, playoff match number 4. Let's meet our alliances. On the Blue Alliance, an alliance we've met today in match number 2, Burn. And team 15382, I'm Not a Robot. Over here on the Red Alliance, our alliance number 2, we have team 10100 Phoenix Force. And team 12966 Siegel Robotics. All right, thumbs up all around means we are ready to go. Playoff match 4 begins in 3, 2, 1, go. All 4 robots moving during that autonomous period. Siegel Robotics on the Red Alliance side getting 1 sample into that high basket, grabbing a second one. Phoenix Force for the Red Alliance successfully getting a specimen onto the high chamber. On the Blue Alliance side, Crash and Burn pushed over and parked in their up zone where their teammate I'm Not a Robot parks next to them. A third sample added to the high basket from the Red Alliance's partner Siegel. Their last attempt to grab one unfortunately does miss.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
2 minutes remaining. Drivers now in control of their robots for the remainder of their match. Crash and Burn heading over to their basket, sample in hand, going to try and line themselves up. Siegel Robotics trying to get samples from that submersible, trying to get them out of that middle zone. Phoenix Force grabbing a red sample, bringing it over to their human player to turn them into specimens. A minute and a half remaining in the match. Crash and Burn adding another sample to their high basket. Their teammate, I'm Not a Robot, trying to get the sample into their intake. Siegel Robotics trying to pick a sample up off the floor. Their teammates, Phoenix Force, adding a new specimen to that high chamber, lining up for another one attached to that high chamber. Their human player has lots and lots of specimens lined up for them. Siegel Robotics pushing some samples across the floor to their net zone. Just under a minute remaining in the match. Crash and Burn adding another sample to their high basket. Another specimen coming from Phoenix Force. That makes 5 on that high chamber. 30 seconds remaining in the match. Looks like 6 specimens on that high chamber from the Red Alliance. Siegel Robotics lining themselves up with the low rung. Going to try and get themselves up if they can. Phoenix Force trying to get one more specimen on the chamber if they can before it's time to hang up. 10 seconds remaining. Both Blue Alliance members parked. Red Alliance headed over to the ascent zone, trying to get themselves up in the last 3 seconds. And they do so successfully. Unfortunately eliminated. So let's meet our alliances. On the Blue Alliance, we have Team Alliance number 3, Team 27150 Ram Robotics, and Team 23802 Random Engineers. On the Red Alliance side, we have Alliance number 5 to that high chamber, gets it on there successfully in a way I haven't seen yet today. Second specimen in hand, Rutro Robotics lining up for the second one, gets that one on there as well.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 1.
Drivers are now in control of the robots for the remainder of the match. Robo-Wolves putting a sample into the high basket. Sempunk going for their specimen from their human player. On the Blue Alliance side, Ram Robotics trying to line themselves up with a specimen from their human player, while their teammates, Random Engineers, gets a second sample into that high basket. Rutro getting a third specimen onto that high chamber. Their teammates, Rubble Wolves, putting another sample into that high basket, grabbing a fourth, trying to add it in. Unfortunately, it falls. Luckily for them, it does fall into the net zone, so it will be counted for points. 4 specimens on that high chamber from the Red Alliance. Rutro going to try and grab another one from their human player, doing so successfully. Just over a minute remaining in the match, Rutro adds another specimen to that high chamber. Blue Alliance side, unfortunately, looks like Ram Robotics dropping the specimen they tried to get from their human player. Thankfully, they have another attempt. Ram Robotics getting that blue specimen onto that high chamber. For the Red Alliance side, Robo Wolves up onto that low rung. Their teammates, Front Row Robotics, on their way over to be in contact. Blue Alliance 1 robot up in the air as time runs out. All right, results from qualification match number 5 are here. All right, here are the results from that match, and it is a Red Alliance win. 156-67. This does mean Alliance number 5 will advance to playoff match number 8, where they will face the winner of our next match. Unfortunately, that does mean Alliance number 3 has been eliminated. If I could get a big round of applause for the hard-fought fight and work that Alliance number 3 put in to get to this point today. All right, headed over to field 2 for match number 6 here. The winner of this match will advance to play the winner of the last match, and unfortunately the loser will be eliminated. So let's meet our teams. On the Blue Alliance, Alliance number 4, we have team 22526 Fondi Fire Tech, team 19927 Dukes Robotics. On the Red Alliance side, Alliance number 6, we have team 21738 Crash and Burn, and team 15382 I'm Not a Robot. Thumbs up all around means we're ready to go. Match begins in 3. Autonomous has begun. All 4 robots moving. Fondi Fire lining right up with a specimen onto that high chamber. Teammates Dukes Robotics successfully getting a sample into that high box. On the Red Alliance side, Crash and Burn moving over to the observation zone and parking. Their teammates robot getting a sample into that high basket and then moving to the observation zone as well. Blue Alliance side, Fondi Fire adding a second specimen to that high chamber. Dukes going for a second sample, successfully getting that one in the high basket as well as Autonomous ends.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Teleop has begun. Drivers now in control of their robots. Crash and Burn heading over to try and put a sample in that high basket, doing so successfully. Dukes behind them for the Blue Alliance, adding a sample to their high basket. Fondi Fire trying to get those Blue specific Alliance samples over to their human player so that they can turn into specimens to take and hang on those chambers for extra points. Crash and Burn lining up with this high basket, successfully putting a sample in there as a minute and a half remains in the match. Dukes Robotics adding another sample to that high basket. Fondi Fire trying to line themselves up with that specimen, successfully taking it from their human player, heading over to the high chamber. Crash and Burn adding another sample to that high basket. Dukes Robotics putting another sample in their high basket as well. Slight collision between the arms on their robot, able to correct themselves though. Unfortunately for Fondi Fire, trying to put that last specimen on, their hook comes off of their robot again. Hopefully they can continue to help their team score. 45 seconds remain in the match. Dukes Robotics adding another sample to the high basket. Red Alliance lining themselves up with the submersible, trying to get some samples out of there if they can. 30 seconds remaining in the match. Fondi Fire going for the high basket. Unfortunately, just misses, does fall into the low basket, so still worth points for the team. 15 seconds remaining in the match. Dukes with another sample in hand, lining up. Red Alliance already lining themselves up with the rungs. Neither robot in the air. Dukes doing the same thing, getting themselves touching that low rung. Founding Fire, 1 second remaining. All right, scores are in for match number 6. It is a Blue Alliance win, 136 to 76. This means the Blue Alliance, Alliance number 4, will advance to match number 8, while the Red Alliance has unfortunately been eliminated. Please give a big round of applause to Alliance number 6 for the hard work and time that they put into getting to this point. Attention teams, before we get into match number 7, I do want to let you guys know that your engineering portfolios and feedback forms are available for pickup at the front table in the pits where you got your robot inspected. Thank you. All right, now that we have all 4 teams present, let's meet our teams here for playoff match number 7, our last match in the upper bracket before finals. On the Blue Alliance, Alliance number 2, we have team 10100 Phoenix Force and team 12966 Siegel Robotics. On the opposing alliance, the Red Alliance, Alliance number 1, we have team 21578 Fear the Gear and team 26551 KISS. All right, thumbs up all around. Match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Autonomous begins 3 of the 4 robots moving on the field. Unfortunately, it looks like Phoenix Force having some issues with their autonomous. Fear the Gear on the Red Alliance side, getting 1 sample into that high basket. Their teammates, Kiss, getting a specimen onto that high chamber and then parking in the observation zone. Fear the Gear going for another sample in that high basket, and they do so successfully. Going for a 4th. Can they get it in the last 4 seconds? And they do, successfully scoring that 4th sample.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
On the Blue Alliance side, robots running around the field. Red Alliance, Fear the Gear, going for another sample into that high basket. Kiss grabbing samples from the submersible, trying to get them to their human player to turn them into some specimens. 1.5 minutes remaining in this match. Seagull Robotics trying to play some defense, it looks like, against Fear the Gear. Trying to slow them down and slow their cycle time from that basket to the submersible. Phoenix Force, a small robot, grabbing a blue sample and bringing it over to their human player, able to avoid their teammate. Fear the Gear headed around to the other side of the submersible to get those samples, adding some extra time and slowing them down just slightly. Seagull Robotics scoring some samples into the net zone. Phoenix Force bringing another sample over to their human player to turn into a specimen, grabbing the first one from them, scoring it onto the high chamber. Kiss for the Red Alliance continuing to slide back and forth for those specimens. 3 already scored, adding a 4th to that high chamber. Just over 40 seconds remaining. Phoenix Force adding a 3rd blue specimen to that high chamber. A red one joining the high chamber for the Red Alliance from the Kiss. Fear the Gear. All right, we have the results from that last match, playoff match number 7. And it is a Red Alliance win, 223-75. This means Alliance number 1 will advance to match number 10, the finals, while Alliance number 2All right, time for playoff match number 8. On the Blue Alliance, we have Alliance number 5, Team 18571, the Robo Wolves. And Team 16252, Rut-Row Robotics. On the opposing Red Alliance, Alliance number 4, we have Team 2252927, Dukes Robotics. A repeat of match number 1 in the playoffs here, Alliance 4 versus Alliance 5. We have thumbs up all around. Match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Autonomous begins. Rut-Row Robotics heading over to push a sample to their human player. Fondi Fire on the Red Alliance side, getting 1 specimen up onto that high chamber. Their teammate Dukes getting a sample into that high chamber as well. Robo Wolves headed towards the net section, just short of it though. 10 seconds remaining in Autonomous. Rut-Row getting their first specimen onto that high chamber. Dukes Robotics getting a second sample into that high basket. Rut-Row going for their second specimen, unfortunately just misses.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And that begins Teleop. Red Alliance having a slight lead going into this due to those 2 sample scores into that high basket. Robo Wolves getting a yellow sample into that high basket, grabbing a second one and going for it. Rutrow adding a second specimen to their tie chamber. Going for a third one right now. Robo Wolves trying to pick up a neutral sample from the ground, going back towards their basket. A minute and a half remaining in the match. Duke's Robotics for the Red Alliance going back and forth, trying to grab samples for their basket. Rutrow trying to line up with their human player, grabbing another specimen. Headed to the high chamber, they successfully score that. Their teammates Robo Wolves going for another sample into the high basket, getting that one in there as well. Fondy Fire picking up a red specimen from the floor, headed towards their basket, while their teammate Duke's trying to get from the submersible. 5 specimens up on that high chamber from the Blue Alliance. Unfortunately, Rutrow looks like they're having connectivity issues. Thankfully, able to get themselves running. Duke's trying to grab another sample. 40 seconds remaining in the match. Robo Wolves lining up with the high basket, scoring successfully another sample. Rutrow headed over to the baskets with a sample in hand as well, going for that high basket, unfortunately just short, falling into the frame. Thankfully for them, it is able to slide right out. Just under 30 seconds remaining in the match, another sample missing from the Robo Wolves. 14 seconds remaining. Teams lining themselves up for the submersible. Rutrow lining up with the lower. Robo Wolves lining up with their lower. Up in the air. Red Alliance, no one up yet. 3 seconds remaining. 2, 1. All right, results from match number 8 are in, and it is a Blue Alliance win. 94-90, 5 foul points making the difference there. That does mean Alliance number 5 will move on to match 9. Alliance number 4 unfortunately eliminated for the day. Please give a big round of applause to Alliance number 4 for the hard work and effort they put into getting themselves to this point. Congratulations, Alliance number 4. All right. Ready? So that was an exciting match. As we get ready for the next match, we'd like to hand out a few well-deserved field and go down the line to accept their awards and get a high five, elbow bump from your judges. All right. So we're going to start with the Design Award. The Design Award celebrates the team that demonstrates industrial design principles, striking a balance between form, function, and aesthetics. These elements can be shown in the simplicity of the design as it applies to the tasks, the look and feel of the robot, and how the design allows us to think of robots in new ways. The first runner Next, we have the Motivate Award. The team that receives the Motivate Award celebrates the culture of FIRST and clearly shows what it means to be a team. This award celebrates the team that represents the essence of the FIRST Tech Challenge competition through team building, team spirit, and displayed enthusiasm. This team makes a collective effort to make FIRST known about their school and community and sparks others to embrace the FIRST culture. The first runner-up for the Motivate Award is Team 6426, the Robo Hodags. Here is what the judges have to say about the winner of this award.
This team promotes FIRST with buttons and swags printed in 3D, but outreach in their community is key. Their focus on growing robot clubs in local middle schools is primary. The Motivate Award goes to Team 12966, Siegel Robotics.
Will Siegel Robotics come accept their award?
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. Thank you, judges.